why these folks have the nerve to talk about you like you're some greedy special interest that needs to be beaten down. After all that unions have done to build and protect the middle class, they were standing up there at their convention saying you're responsible for the problems we face. Their plan says the best way to help workers is to roll back workers' rights, to overturn laws that make sure construction workers get a fair wage, to blame teachers and firefighters and police officers and other public servants for our economic challenges, instead of what happened on Wall Street and a historic financial collapse. So Toledo, what you need to know is this. When they're trying to take your collective bargaining rights away, when they're trying to pass so-called right-to-work laws that really mean right to work for less and less, you should know this isn't about economics. This is about politics. This notion that we should let the auto industry die and that we should pursue anti-worker policies in the hope that unions like yours will unravel. It's part of the same old you're on your own, top-down philosophy that says we should just leave everybody to fend for themselves. Now, on Thursday night, I'm going to offer you what I believe is a better path forward. A path that's going to grow this economy and create more good jobs and strengthen the middle class. And the good news is, starting on October 2nd, Ohio will get to say because you get to vote early. You can choose which path we take. You could choose their plan.
Nope.
Don't vote. You can choose to give massive new tax cuts to folks who've already made it. Or you can choose my plan. To keep taxes low for every American who's in the middle class and every American who's striving to get into that middle class. 4 years ago, I promised to cut taxes by a total for middle class families, and I have cut taxes by a total of about $3,600 for the typical family.
All right.
And now I'm running to make sure the taxes aren't raised a single dime on the first $250,000 of any family's income.
Boo.
Now, that's 98% of Americans. It may be 99.9% of this auditorium.
I guarantee it is. Probably
taxes won't go up. Because my belief is you need belief. I don't need belief. Mitt Romney doesn't need belief.
No. He already
He's
made
less than me. But that's the choice in this election. You can choose whether we give up new jobs and new industries to countries like China, or whether we fight to keep those jobs in states like Ohio. Well, unlike my opponents, I want to stop giving tax breaks to companies that are shipping jobs overseas. I want to give those tax breaks to companies that are investing right here in Toledo. Borrowing money from your parents is an answer when a young person asks how they're going to go to college. You heard about that, right? This young college student says, how can I get some help going to college? He says, well, you need to borrow money from your parents.
That's ignorant. Ignorant.
Now, that's one path. That's one approach. I've got a different approach. It says, let's make sure Americans once again lead the world in educating our kids and training our workers for the job. And that means let's hire more great teachers, especially in math and science. Let's help more folks go to community colleges to get trained in the skills that employers are hiring for right now. Because the truth is, some sort of higher education, whether it's 4 years, 2 years, technical school, some form of higher education That's not a luxury anymore. That is an economic necessity that every family should be able to afford, and that's what I'm going to be fighting for. That's what I'm going to be fighting for. Ohio, you can choose an energy plan like the other guy's offering that's written by and for the oil companies, or you can choose an all-of-the-above strategy for American energy. Which means we drill for more oil, we mine for more coal, but it also means that we're going after the new energy sources of the future. Now, my opponent says renewable energy sources are imaginary. The folks here in Toledo manufacturing solar panels might disagree with that. These jobs aren't a fad, they're not imaginary, they're our future. And unlike my opponent, I want to stop giving a $4 billion a year taxpayer subsidy to big oil companies that are making money every time you go to the pump. And I want to use that money to invest in homegrown energy sources that have never been more promising and are creating jobs right here in Ohio. It's up to you whether we go back to the old healthcare system that let insurance companies decide when to cover you and when to cover you and drop you when you needed it most. But I think we should keep moving forward with the new health care law that's already cutting costs and covering more people and saving lives. Yeah, they call it Obamacare. It's true, I care. I guess the other side's plan is the Romney doesn't care plan. But now's not the time to refight the battles of the last 4 years. We need to move forward. You get to decide what the future of the war in Afghanistan is. Last week, did you notice Governor Romney did not say a word about our troops who were in harm's way over there? And because of my plan, 33,000 of them will have come home by the end of this month. He said ending the war in Iraq was tragic. I think it was the right thing to do. I said we'd end that war, we did. I said we'd go after Al-Qaeda, we did. I said we take out Bin Laden. We did. Our troops are out of Iraq. We're bringing them home from Afghanistan. And as long as I'm Commander-in-Chief, we will serve our veterans as well as they've served us. Nobody... So we've got some big choices we got to make.
Not really.
And the other side is going to spend the next 2 months, they're fighting back with everything they've got. They're going to give you an avalanche of attack gas, insults, and distraction, and...
Hang on.
They may massage the truth a little bit.
Lie!
And they'll be supported with $10 million checks from wealthy donors. And they know that even if you don't buy into their plan, even if you don't vote for them, they're thinking, well, maybe we'll discourage people. We'll get folks so disillusioned by all these negative ads, all this negativity, that you'll just decide to sit this one out.